Well, hello and welcome to my latest video. Now, this is a special video. This video is exclusive content for loyal viewers only, or for those people who have bought me a coffee through the Buy Me a Coffee link, which you can see down below. So if you are not a loyal viewer, in other words, if you have just landed on this channel by accident, or you've watched a couple of my videos but you wouldn't class yourself as a loyal video, I'm afraid you're going to have to switch off now, because the following content is not going to work, I'm afraid, on your computer or your television or your iPad or even your telephone. So thanks for watching this far. Bye bye. But for those loyal viewers and for those people who have bought a coffee or are going to buy a coffee, welcome. And because it's a special video for loyal viewers or those people who've bought me a coffee or are going to buy me a coffee, I am wearing a special Rafa t-shirt, and I will not wear this t-shirt unless I am making one of my special videos. So what is special about this video? Well, in my last video I did a shout out to a number of loyal viewers, and one of them, MK, hi MK, said your next video should be on us. And I thought, yeah, that is a good idea, so I'm going to do it. So I'm going to do a bit of a question and answer session for those people who want to know something about me. And I've seen a few YouTubers do question and answer sessions, and they really come up with some absolute zingers about, what they do and why they do it and what their history is and so forth. So I thought, if they can do that, I can do that. So question number one comes from AB, and AB says, are we supposed to take this stuff seriously? Well, AB, let me put it like this. If you're one of those people, who takes the current government in the United Kingdom seriously, then yes, you should take my content seriously. If you're one of those people who doesn't take the current government in the United Kingdom seriously, then no, you should not take my content seriously. Does that answer your question, AB? If it doesn't, leave a comment down below and leave a follow-up question if you want. Now, BC says, what is your family? Now, I'm sorry to say, well, I'm not sorry to say, but I'm going to be like one of those Hollywood stars who says you need to respect my privacy. Now, I've mentioned that my wife is called Jane. I've mentioned that I have a daughter called Rachel. I've mentioned that I have a son called Joel who I often go to the cinema with. But apart from that, I'm afraid I'm not going to say anything else. These videos are just about me. Well, they're not just about me, but they are me spouting my content, my views, my opinions, my ideas, my thoughts, nothing to do with any member of my family. So I'm afraid that bit is going to have to stay private. Now, DE says, what did you do before you retired? Well, good question, DE. Glad you asked. I used to run an employment agency and a home care agency, and in the last sort of 10 or 15 years I was primarily responsible for running the home care agency. So we provided carers to support mainly elderly people in their own homes, and it was a hard job. As Bill Shankly would say, it wasn't like going down the mines, but then I've never been down the mines, so who knows. But it was a rewarding job in lots and lots of ways. It was very stressful, and I was quite glad to retire when I did. So I did write a book about it, incidentally, and it's called Dentures, Guns and Money, The Diary of a Home Care Worker, or rather I wrote it in conjunction with a home care worker, but you can find it on Amazon. FG says, why are you such an idiot? I don't know, FG. What, have you got any thoughts yourself? Leave a comment down below if you've got an explanation as to why Julian is such an idiot. But anyway, I'm afraid that's the way it goes. Is it nature or is it nurture? You have to read the you have to watch the previous video if you don't understand what nature or nurture is. The previous video, incidentally, was about how to put on a pair of winter cycling gloves, and it's an important topic. And if you haven't watched it, of course, if you're a loyal viewer, and you're only watching this if you're a loyal viewer, you would have already seen it. Now, where are we? HI says, what is your favourite bike? Oh, I love questions like that. I mean, doesn't that get down to the nub of the issue? I mean, isn't it? Can you imagine? Who was it? Socrates. That's right. Socrates is sitting around in ancient Greece in his toga. Did they wear togas in ancient Greece, or did they wear something? It's loincloth, probably. Knowing Socrates, in joke there. And Plato is at his knees, and they're both, they're having a little glass of hemlock, perhaps a couple of flapjacks or something. They got the recipe off GCN. And Plato says, what's your favourite bike? Socrates. And Socrates says, I can't write a fucking book about them. No, actually, it's Plato who wrote the book, isn't it? So Socrates says, we can't have a Socratic dialogue about what's my favourite bike. Let's talk about the meaning of life. Let's talk about this useless British government that we've currently got. Let's talk about Brexit. Let's talk about something interesting. Let's talk about COVID. Plato said, no, I can't write a book about COVID. Nobody will be interested. So anyway, he wrote that other thing, Harry Potter and the Dialogues of Socrates. That's it. And find it on Amazon if you haven't read it already. My favourite bike, HI, is an Orbea Terra, currently. Who knows what it will be next week, or next month, or even next year, when with any luck, and if I have any money, I will buy a new bike. JK says, why do you just talk to the camera? And what JK is obviously saying is, why can't you be like one of these other YouTubers where you have different camera angles and you have B-roll? Incidentally, when I started this YouTube channel, right, and I used to watch other YouTubers, and they kept on talking about B-roll, and you may think I'm an idiot, but who was it who thought I was an idiot? FG. Yeah, FG thought I was an idiot. I didn't know what B-roll was. And I was Googling it, and I was looking up, and I asked all these people that said, what's B-roll? And I still don't know. So anyway, people say, why haven't you got any B-roll in your film? Well, I haven't got any B-roll. I haven't got any panini rolls. I haven't got any tiger rolls. I haven't got any soft crust rolls, hard crust rolls. Other rolls are available. I haven't got any B-roll because I don't know what B-roll is. I don't know how to do it. So talking to the camera, it's what I do. It's... what can you say? Mark Cavendish, he rides bikes. Lewis Hamilton, he drives motorcars. Who else is there? Michael McIntyre. I don't know what he does. But what Julian does is he talks to the camera, and I'm afraid that's it. And if you're a loyal viewer, then you kind of know what the shtick is and what you're going to get. I may do something different when I start going out my cameraman, but at the moment I haven't done that yet. LM says, how old are you? Why'd you ask, LM? Are you interested? This isn't some kind of dating channel, LM. You're going to have to GSOH. I used to put I used to put adverts in the newspapers, in those kind of dating columns, time out, stuff like that. And I always used to see GSOH. I never knew what that meant. And I thought, well, I'll put it in anyway. So I put, 6'2", dark brown hair, beard, no glasses, looks a bit like David Candy. But it never worked. So how old am I? I am 65. Well, you'll know that, you see, if you're a loyal viewer. So I suspect, right, I'm just pointing at his question here, I think LM is an interloper. I don't think he's a loyal viewer at all. Anyway, and moving on swiftly, NO says, where is your favourite place to ride? These are fascinating, these questions. I mean, you guys must be fun at parties. You're in the kitchen at parties. I'm always in the kitchen at parties. I don't get invited to parties. I'm not in the kitchen anyway. But if I was invited to parties, I'd be in the kitchen. Remember that? That song was it? Was it B.A. Robertson? Was it? He did that. Oh God, Not Two Little Drummer Boys. That was somebody else. He did that other, that boom boom boom. Did that war song. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, his follow-up song was In the Kitchen at Parties, and I thought it was better. It was brilliant. Anyway, so what is your favourite place to ride? I'd love to meet you at a party, mate. N.O. Invite me to your party, N.O. And you can ask me, you buttonhole me in the corner while I've got a black currant juice and Coca-Cola or something, because I don't drink alcohol. And Girona. I went there with my daughter. That's all I'm going to say about it. I went there with my daughter a couple of years ago before all this nonsense happened, and we had a wonderful time. So if I could go back to some place to ride, I would go back to Girona. And lastly, PQ. Now, PQ is obviously a loyal viewer, and he's obviously a loyal reader. So if you're not a loyal reader and you don't know that I've written a number of books, well, PQ says which of your books should I buy? And, that's a toughie. That is a toughie. I suppose it depends on what you're interested in. I mentioned Dentures, Guns and Money, The Diary of a Home Care Worker. But if you're not interested in home care, and you should be interested in home care, because social care is a very important topic in the United Kingdom at the moment, I'd probably start with The Monument, actually. The Monument is a novella, kind of crime novella, set on the Liège-Bastogne-Liège Sportive. And if you want one after that, I'd probably pick The Marmot Murders. Yeah, if you want to start somewhere, start with The Marmot Murders, because that is a murder mystery story set on a cycling holiday run by a wonderful company called Marmot Tours. And if you're looking to have a cycling holiday in Europe, and I'm not sponsored by Marmot Tours, by the way, I suggest you contact them. I have booked with my good friend Ian to go on their classic coals of the Southern Alps next year. So if you want to book up on that and you want to ride with Julia and buttonhole me in the kitchen and ask me some stupid questions, then you can do. So there you are. That is number one in an occasional series of exclusive content for loyal viewers only, and those people who have either bought me a coffee or plan to buy me a coffee or wish to become part of my membership crew. Yes, I'm gonna have a membership crew. Put your name down now. You can be the first to get exclusive content and exclusive merch. That's it, exclusive merch. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the normal type of videos next time. Take care.